Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome to our sacred space where we are all connecting. And as always, I am very happy. I am very excited to do this pick a card reading for you. So let's get into your reading. So today, a theme is embrace your shadow self. We are going to explore, dive deep into your shadow. I think I've done so many readings where we would explore your light side. So today I really feel called to do this reading where you could explore your shadow self even more. So I hope this reading will help you to find the clarity, healing, and whatever you need to hear right now in this moment. Okay, so as you can see, I have 3 piles for you to choose from. So use your intuition and choose the one that you feel you are drawn the most. Of course, you can choose more than one if you really feel that your intuition is guiding you to do that. So pile 1 is going to be this beautiful rose. It says, the ever unfolding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. So that's pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And pile 3 is going to be Mirror, who or what is triggering you. So go ahead, choose your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Okay, so we're going to start with pile 1. Hello, pile 1, and welcome. Welcome to your reading. I'm very grateful to have you here today with me. So, as you chose this card, the ever unfolding rose, let's have a look what are the rest of your cards are. Okay, let's see what we have next. So we have a opportunity beckons. Okay. We also have inspiration. Potential. Actually, I want to swap these 2 cards. And we have the cat, spirit animal. So let's get started. Let's find out first of all, what is your shadow self? If you chose pile 1. So these 2 cards are showing me all about your shadow. So you might have the tendency to feel in a certain way that you don't know how to overcome the challenges that you face. It's like your mind makes you feel like you are stuck. And I have a feeling, a strong feeling, that is to do with your overthinking. It's like your mind tells you that there's no way out. There's no opportunity for you. There's no way that you can see a clear solution to your problem. So your shadow self is all about facing this truth that whatever is happening in your life, all these big challenges, all these obstacles, whatever you have to face, it's all happening for you, for your highest good. So there is always a way out. But that's your shadow self. That's your mind. That's your mind which has got this tendency to overthink. You see this man over here? It's like you have a moon, you have a stars. Even here behind him, I sense this is like a crystal ball. So everything is there in front of him. But he's like looking down and he can't see it clearly. So I have a strong feeling that is all to do with your mind, with this perspective, with the old way of seeing things. So your shadow self wants you to embrace these experiences, especially those negative experiences. If you feel, whenever you feel that way, that something is happening to you, but it's happening to you only so you would become stronger, that you would only look for solution to this problem. So your shadow self is all about limiting yourself, those limiting beliefs, your overthinking, not seeing clearly what is the next step. How can you find a solution to your problem? Your shadow self wants you to accept these negative thoughts, these limiting beliefs. Accept your shadow self, but don't let this shadow to control you. Embrace your shadow. Self-love is very, very important here in this pile. Self-acceptance and knowing that you are just like this unfolding rose. Whenever something happens, it's only happening for you, for your highest good. And you see this door over here? There's always a door, a new door, which you can open. There's always something beautiful out there waiting for you. So there's so many opportunities, but it's just your mind. You might have a tendency to feel stuck. So now I want to see why your shadow self is actually your biggest strength for you. So what I just described is your shadow self. Why is it your biggest strength? So first of all, I strongly feel this card, inspiration. You see how this lady, she's surrounded by so much darkness, but she's got the light. She's actually the light. She's full of light. So what it tells me straight away, why is it your biggest strength? Because no matter how dark it feels for you, especially in this card, no matter how you feel, what your mind is telling you, that you don't see this solution to your problem, you don't see You don't see it clearly. Your shadow self is always pushing you, is always encouraging you to overcome this darkness. It is your biggest strength because you will always have so much potential. So much potential coming out of you. And this potential is unlimited. It's always there. So you are someone who is always able to find this inner light guiding you towards your future, towards finding a solution to your problems. So no matter how dark it really gets to you, your shadow self is always your biggest strength, because you find the inspiration, you get inspired. Maybe you are someone who is creative, and creativity helps you so much to overcome your negative mind, the mind which tells you that you are stuck, that there is no better ways, no better opportunities for you. Whatever is your situation, but it is your biggest strength because there is so much potential in you. So every time you fall, every time you feel like you're failing, every time you feel like questioning yourself, why is it happening to you? You always find this inner strength inside of you, and it is guiding you towards your fullest potential. When you accept these negative aspects, I don't call them, I don't think there are negative aspects, they are just, we all have dark and light, and that's just your shadow. So when you start accepting, when you start loving all parts of yourself, self-love, here is the key for you to really see your fullest potential, because there is truly so much potential to overcome your shadow for you, pile one. And you can truly I can really feel your power, your willpower, your determination. So no matter how dark it gets for you, this is your biggest strength, because your shadow is your biggest strength, because you can overcome your tendency to overthink, your tendency to think negative. You can overthink that, you can overcome your shadow, because you always know how to come back to your light. You always know how to find this beautiful light inside of you. So pile one, never be afraid of the darkness, because you are very powerful. Your shadow is always guiding you towards your light. So I also pulled a card for you to ask the spirit, what is advice for you? So here we have a cat spirit. It's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. So how beautifully that is connected to your reading. So here the spirit wants you to always be independent. And I can really sense that you can be independent because you have these powerful cards over here with your potential and inspiration. So never be afraid to follow your own path, to be independent, because that will always help you. That will always guide you towards what is the highest good for you. And I see this cat is surrounded by blue, and to me it tells me that it's all about finding your own inner truth, and no matter what, follow this inner truth. And you are someone who is independent, who can follow their own truth. So I can also sense that you are someone who can inspire other people, because you are someone who can overcome so much. So others could be so inspired of your inner light, of your inner strength. So that was your reading, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2, and welcome to your reading. So I am very, very grateful to have you here today with me. So if you chose pile 2, this card, let's explore your cards more, what we have for you, pile 2. So we have a seek. We also got animals. We have patience. And we also got shark. So let's, first of all, let's explore. Let's go deeper. Let's see, what is your shadow? What is your shadow self? So what I can feel straight away for you, pile 2, if you chose this pile, you are someone who has a very unique, special energy about you. You might have, you might be so sensitive. You might be very, very emotional. You're very, very deep. Your emotions require special care of you. I have a strong feeling that you might have a tendency to feel that you feel misunderstood by other people. You feel that not many are like you. You're always longing for home. You're always longing to feel, you just want to feel in peace and harmony. And your soul always is looking for this home. But it's not easy for you, pile 2. So your shadow self is your deep emotions. What I mean by that is that you could be very emotional. You might have some water placements like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So you are you could be very sensitive, and you could be over emotional at the times. So you could react. You could be very sensitive to even your own mistakes. You could be very sensitive to other people's energies. And I truly feel your energy, pile 2. You are someone who has this very special, warm, nurturing, loving energy about you. But your shadow self tends to, you could be even drowning in your emotions sometimes. Whenever you feel things deeply, because you are feeling everything so deeply, And because you feel everything so deeply, you could be really, really sensitive to this 3D world, to the people. And your soul always is looking for this home, this safe home for you. And I see that you are struggling. So it's all about, the shadow self is all about your feelings, that your feelings could overwhelm you. Your feelings could trigger you. Your feelings could, you could be so emotional that it would be difficult for you to find clarity. It's like, it's difficult for you to ground yourself. That's the most important for you, pile 2. So because you are so emotional, you're so deep, you're so sensitive, it's quite difficult for you to ground yourself, to feel grounded, to see the truth. And you might be even difficult, it might be even difficult for you to let go of some, to release, let go some cycles which need to end, some things which have to end. It might be difficult to let go. You might have the tendency to hold on to the things. So yes, for you, pile 2, it's very difficult to ground yourself. Your emotions are so deep that it could really, really overwhelm you. But now let's see why actually your shadow is your biggest strength. So first of all, I want to say you are so protected. I mean, all my piles, all my subscribers are protected, I believe, and I know. But here in this pile, I see, because you are so sensitive, because you are so deep, because if you resonate with the star seed, you are definitely a light worker. You are definitely someone who can heal yourself. You can heal and help other people too. It's just your energy, because you are so special, so unique. You are always protected. You have so much protection around you. You are always surrounded by your spirit guides. Why is it your biggest strength? Is that you are so connected. You're very connected to the universe. Even if you have a tendency to feel so emotional, even if you have this difficulty to be grounded, it's actually your biggest strength, because you are always guided. You are connected to the universe, so your spirit guides are always guiding you. They're always helping you to be strong, to stand in your power. You're very, very intuitive. So your deep emotions is your biggest strength, because you are someone who's so connected to your higher self, to the whole universe. The whole universe is always guiding you. Look, in all of these cards we have animals. Here as well, you are meditating. You are seeking for this truth, and these 2 birds, they come to you and they are guiding you. They're guiding you towards the light. Why is it your biggest strength? Because you have this patience with yourself. You have a patience with the universe, and deep down you know that the universe is always guiding you. So you So your emotional side, it is your biggest strength, because not everyone can connect so deeply to the whole universe. And you are someone who can always find this inner truth. But it's very important for you to ground your energy, to meditate, to spend time in the nature, to empty your mind, to find this balance in your emotions, to find balance between your emotions and your mind. But you are someone who can always find this inner truth whenever you ground yourself. So I can sense that for those who chose this pile, you have this very special mission in this lifetime. It's like you feel that you are guided. You feel that you are protected. But it's very, very important to ground yourself, because that's when you find all this inner truth. This truth is always there within you, but you might not see it at the times when you are feeling so emotional, when you're feeling sensitive to other people's energies. So I can even sense that for you, pile 2, it's even really good to spend this time alone, to empty your mind, to recharge yourself, because you might feel very overwhelmed by other people's energies. So whenever you spend this time alone, you find this balance, you ground yourself, and you can truly have this perfect balance between your shadow and your light, because your intuition is so powerful, so strong. So you are always guided. You're always guided. You feel this inner guidance. So I also pulled a card for you, pile 2, to ask the spirit, what is the advice for you? So the shark says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of this situation. So wow, this shark is surrounded by green color as well. So, and look how much of this green color we have in your cards. So to me, it's all about your heart chakra. It's all about following your heart. It's very important. The spirit said it's very important to trust your instincts. Instead of falling into this fear, because you might have a tendency to feel worried, to feel afraid, because you are very emotional. So the spirit wants you to truly trust your instincts, because look, you really have this powerful intuition. So it's very important that you would ground yourself. And when you ground your energy, you will always find this inner truth. And you will always be able to trust. So trust is very, very important for you, pile 2. Trust yourself. Trust that you have this powerful connection to the divine, to the whole universe. And you will always be able to find a balance between your shadow and your light. So I really feel overwhelmed by this pile, because there are so many emotions, so many depths of your soul, which actually makes me feel proud of you, pile 2. You are so powerful. Your shadow is very powerful. Your emotions are actually always guiding you. So thank you so much for being here. That was your reading, pile 2, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile Free, and welcome to your reading. So, I am very, very grateful to have you here today with me. So, if you chose this mirror card, let's go deeper. Let's explore your cards more, what we have for you. So, we have Observe. We also have Beauty. Your next one is Abundance. And we have Panda. So what is your shadow self, Pile Free? Your shadow self is always calling you for self-reflection. It might feel difficult for you, Pile Free, to truly always be honest with yourself, because it's not so comfortable to accept our shadow self. But because you chose this pile, it's so important that you would always be honest with yourself. So maybe there is some parts of you which you find it so difficult to accept. But remember, your soul is always a mirror. Even the people could reflect that back to you. They could trigger you if you are avoiding something. So I see in this pile there is so much inner work which needs to be done. All about self-reflection, all about connecting to your higher self, and to truly be honest with yourself. But to be honest with yourself in a way that you would fully accept your shadow. You would fully accept, but you wouldn't let this shadow to control you. You wouldn't let yourself to judge yourself, because dark and light is everyone, all of us, we have dark and light. So your shadow self is always asking you to love yourself fully, embrace this shadow, but always go towards the light. It's all about, this pile is all about being honest with yourself and finding a new perspective, because some things maybe many times you feel that something have to change. So it's all about finding a new perspective by being honest with yourself. You could also be someone who is very emotional. So your emotions could trigger you. Your emotions could overwhelm you. But when you just let yourself to feel whatever you feel, those emotions pass by. And that's when you see it clearly. So your second card clearly tells me that it's all about this self-reflection, all about observing yourself, because there are so many parts of you, and you really might feel that you want to run away from this shadow. You want to be in your light, but that's not how it goes. Your shadow self wants you to be completely vulnerable, to be completely honest, to if something needs to change, because this card represents the Hanged Man from the tarot deck. So the Hanged Man is all about finding this new perspective, and you are someone who can find this new perspective whenever you go into deep self-reflection. So now let's see why your shadow self is your biggest strength. So straight away, I want to see that your shadow self is your biggest strength. It's because you are someone who can become totally honest with yourself. Look, we have a mirror here, and here we have a mirror in this card. When you start to see the beauty in yourself, when you start to understand that both aspects, your dark and your light, is your beauty, you're accepting, you're not running away from your shadow, you're embracing your shadow. You are someone who can face this inner truth. You don't run away from the truth. You want to face it. So your shadow self is encouraging you to do that. And that's why it is your biggest strength, because you are always wanting to face the truth. And most importantly, you understand that dark and light is your beauty. It's like a painting, full painting, full of colors. You don't have to be just a light person, because that's impossible, right? We will always have dark and light. So you are definitely someone who's able to face this truth. And by facing this by facing the truth, when you are in this hanged man position, you find this new perspective. You are someone who can transform your life because you find a new perspective, something that needs to change in you in order to achieve whatever you want. So why is it your biggest strength? Because by changing your perspective, you can attract abundance into all areas of your life. So when you change the perspective, when you find this solution to your problems by being completely honest with yourself, that's when you move towards this direction of abundance. Abundance will always flow into all areas of your life, pile free, because you are someone who will never run away from the truth. You are someone who will always face this inner truth. And whatever needs to change, especially when it comes to your mind, because I can feel that for those who chose this pile, it's all about your mind. When you are overthinking, when you are analyzing, when you are doubting, that's why you feel stuck in this hanged man position. So you are someone who's truly able to find this inner truth within yourself, to change this perspective and to move. And you attract this abundance. Because I see the flowers are here and here, so it's all about self-acceptance, self-love. And you are someone who can truly embrace your shadow by fully loving yourself, fully loving and seeing the beauty, your own beauty in all parts of you. Because you are beautiful as you are, with your dark and light aspects. So I also pulled a card for you from Spirit to ask, what is the advice for you from Spirit? So the Panda says, create a sacred space for yourself in your home or place of work. So for you, pile free, to find this clarity, it's very, very important to create a sacred space. So find some time to be in silence. Find some time for meditation. Always make sure that you have a sacred space whenever you go. Make some space. in your home, in your mind. Because when you create a sacred space, when you follow those whispers of your heart, because your heart is always whispering, it will always help you to overcome this mind, the mind which has the tendency to doubt yourself, to overthink, to not see the higher perspective of your situation, to find a new perspective. So you will always find this inner truth within yourself whenever you create a sacred space for yourself. It's very important for you, pile of three, to empty your mind, to quiet your mind, and find this inner truth within your intuition. And that's how you will always attract abundance. That's how you will always blossom. That's how you will always see the beauty in yourself and in this world. So that was your reading, pile of three. I hope it was helpful, and let me know how that resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.